Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the technical trader at thetechtrader.com. It's Tuesday, the 9th of July. These are the charts of the day. A pretty good trading day on Wall Street. The markets itself didn't do great, but there were certainly a lot of stocks that we followed did well. Let's take a look at a few. Semiconductor stock AAOI, which was a Wall Street darling back in the 2016-17 period when it ripped from 8 all the way up to 100 and got slaughtered over the last couple of years, taking it back down into the 8 level again, all the way back to back to where it started from, return to sender. This stock popped a couple weeks ago, pulled back and filled the gap and formed a falling wedge on low volume. Today it exploded for $1.26 or 13% on 2.75 million shares. Now that's the biggest volume on an up day since February. It looks to me like it might be a reversal day, but let's wait to see if the declining tops line and the major channel gets taken out. Your number is over 1140. The stock could run to 12.75, 13, and it may get up as high as 14.75 to 15. AMD Applied Micro. Well, this stock had a nice important technical breakout today, trading 60 million shares and up 3.5%. Now that's not a significant price movement, but it did break out above resistance. Only thing left now is a double top at 34.25, 34.30. We can get through that. We're looking at close to a $40 stock in my mind. And the longer-term target is 45. Old friend AUDC, which was a swing back in July of 2018 and did very well, moving from 7 into the mid-teens, recently pulled back and consolidated for 2 months, forming a bull coil. Today it broke out on heavy volume. I believe we're going to be testing the 1745 area, followed by a move to maybe 19 and 21. Those are your next targets. CDNA also broke out of an important wedge today and picked up volume, 1.2 million traded. There's a double top near 40, 40 and a half. We get through that, this could be a stock in the mid-40s pretty quickly. CEI, what a monster. One of the best trades we've made all year on this one today. As you can look at the 1-minute chart, and you'll see what I mean. After noticing the breakout this morning right after the opening and forming a beautiful little bull wedge, the stock broke out around the $3 range and just kept going, although it did pull back late morning from that level around 356. It eventually made it to 9.5, a triple in about 4 hours. You can see what happened late in the day and after hours. Stock moved from nearly 9.5 all the way back down to 5, and currently trading at 5.90 after hours. But really strong performance. That stock was up 268% at the close, and you can see the explosive move that it had after the pop yesterday. Now, your resistance is around, believe it or not, 17, 18. I'm not looking for that per se, but if it gets back above that 9.5 range, it may very well do that. CTMX, Cytomix Therapeutics. In checking the current base pattern development with multiple tops around the 11 range, that took it out today, popping $1.03 or 9.3% on nearly 1 million shares, closing at 12.08. That's a breakout to a new, as I said, 5-month level, and I think at this point we have a good shot and making a move up towards 15. Beyond that, 20. This could be a good swing trade. Keep an eye on CTMX. Qterra, another of Wall Street's darlings that went from 10 to 55 in about a 18-month period. It then got slam dunked. This was a actual boxer short swing, as you can see. After breaking down and forming a coil, it dropped from the mid-40s all the way down to 13. Over the last 6-7 months, it built a nice base and then broke out. Today, it popped 162 or 8%, and it did it on about a little bit more than 250,000, which isn't a lot of volume, but relatively for this stock, it's strong volume. The breakout that I'm seeing here, which is about an 8-month high, should lead or could lead to a test of the 25 area where there's a double top and a gap. If the gap is filled, we'll look at 29. Bitcoin still moving, and the GBTC, which has gone all the way up from 380 to as high as a week and a half ago, up towards 1740. The pullback was brief. The snapback looking bullish. I don't think this is done yet. If we get one more surge up, we may very well see 20 or 21 on this one. IPHI and Lattice Semiconductor did well today. Popped about 222 or 4% on 1.8 million shares. Top of the channel measures about 60. I think we may see that 59.60. Former swing LSCC, which ran from 7.5 all the way up to the 16 range, still moving. Today was a key breakout above its quadruple top. I'm now looking for 17.5 and 20 on this chart. NIO, this Chinese automotive manufacturer, which got slam dunked and was a stopped out trade from back in March, having dropped from nearly 11 down to 235. It's exploded in the last week, up 6 days in a row, and has moved from 2.5 to nearly 4. It closed at 369 today, up 20 cents or 5.7%. 86 million shares on the stock today. Huge volume. Targeting 435, 525, and beyond. Overstock swing just did fantastic for the swing, the tech traders. Having given that to you in around the 14.5 range, it held that 14 range where support was. Today it popped after 2 days of running and got up to 1926 and met my targets. That was a good one. If we can get a pullback consolidation in this zone, I think my next target should be about 20.75. We might potentially get a run up as high as 23. Those are your next targets on overstock. PAYS on my top 30 list, and been a monster all year, having gone from literally 35 cents a year and a half ago to $15.50 today, up $1.47 7%. Doesn't look like it's done yet, although it's at the top of the long range channel. You can see the accelerated channel, which points to 20. QD swing trade's doing great. This stock is up again today, up another 53 cents or $6.36. We're right up against resistance. Should it get through here, your target's 10 and 12. Solo, another Chinese automotive manufacturer, exploded today, literally jumping 80 cents or 33.5% in one day. This broke out across moving averages and trend lines, and my target's going to be now near 4. Square, doing great, broke out of a wedge pattern today and it exploded for 453 or almost 6.2%. Volume was a hefty 21.6 million. That's the biggest volume on an update since the end of February, and it indicates to me that more is coming. I tested the key double top resistance at 82.75 might be your next target. Beyond that, I'm looking for a 89.90. SSYS, I put a swing on it today. I want you to see the long 3-year base pattern. And this is the leader in its industry as well, 3D printing. If this makes a move here, it might very well get to 40 on a swing trade. Keep an eye on that one. Twitter, 37.65 up $1.20. It may have broken out of this 2-month falling channel. If that's the case, I'm looking for a retest back of 40, and eventually, based on the rising channel angle, 47. So 40 and 47 are your targets on Twitter. And finally, Workhorse came out of a little flag and popped 16 cents or 5.6%, 3 million traded at best volume in about 7 sessions. Keep an eye on that 3.20-25 range. We get through that, this thing could run hard to 4.5, 3/4, and maybe even 5 3/4, 6. Those are your charts of the day for tonight, everybody. Have a good evening. Let's make some money tomorrow.